why do you suppose people spend so much time watching TV and interacting with mass media? Do you think a lot of people spend more time interacting with mass media, like television, for example, and maybe even the internet, more time doing that than they do interacting with each other? You know, like we're doing now. Do you think people do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think people do that all the time. Like, being a modern college student, when I go to friends' places or out, out downtown, like, no one's talking. Everyone's just staring at their phone.
And you're of course you're a college student, so you're currently enrolled at a university. And do you find that a lot of the young people at your university are not talking to each other as much? Are they spending more time on their cell phones or on video games or internet, or somehow not interacting interpersonally as much maybe as they could be?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only like actual person-to-person connection at my university, because it is a D1 school, is their football team and their other sporting events, which is just another tool to keep the masses at bay. They don't talk about anything political, or even though it is in eastern political region of the United States, and it's very important to the politics of the United States, when people should be more active in the area that they're encouraged not to.
Well, I just want to point out I wasn't going to get Miss Kitty Boo involved in this video, but apparently she's very interested in politics, so I can't really shut down political discussion. If she wants to participate, then sorry, go ahead.
The tricky thing here is maybe the word apathetic is it can mean a lot of different things to different people. Now, I would think there is strong evidence I've picked up from a lot of sources that this, like the Facebook thing in particular, is preoccupying actually. I mean, in a sense, there's all this new interaction with all these different people, but it's still without the the dynamic of face to face and the spontaneity of that kind of conversation. And so that dimension is severely limited. So it's kind of like it's like an ironic paradox. There's all this additional networking and communication going on, yet at the same time, it lacks a certain dimension of intimacy, which interferes with actually the interaction becoming a contribution to you actually being more useful, say, in the world, more active in the world.
Yeah, you know, that gets me thinking too, because when you are interacting with a person directly, as we are right now, directly interacting with each other, as well as the cybersphere, blogosphere, cybersphere, you have to really think and use your imagination, and just it really takes a certain amount of patience and thinking to interact with a person, because you see their facial expressions change when you say certain things, and you notice how directly how what you say and do affects them, and you have to make adjustments in what you say. Like if I say, "Hi, how are you?" to somebody and they've got a sad look on their face, then I have to stop and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. You seem unhappy. Did I say hi, how are you the wrong way?" You know, like, I mean, and then you find out their mother just died or something, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry." But when you're on the internet, you don't see that. You don't see the person's facial expression or hear the tone of their voice. And it's really easy for people to hide who they really are. And you don't even, I mean, like somebody sends you a pic. I mean, I myself have gotten, I don't know why this is, but some people have been sending me, like, wanting to follow me online, who have pictures of scantily clad women on their profiles. I don't know why they're sending it to me. And I know that they're not really who they say they are. They've got a picture of a scantily clad young woman, and it's probably some dirty old man, putting a picture up on Twitter or Facebook, whatever. And, and I don't know what their agenda is, why they're doing this. But it's just kind of creepy. And, when you're face to face with people, you really have to you really are held responsible too for what you say to them. You know, you're held accountable. You can't hide behind an anonymous username. You know, if you say to somebody, "You're a jerk," you say that to their face, you know, they're going to respond to that, you know, maybe slap you or, or call you something worse. But you can get away with it on the internet using a fake username. "You're a jerk. I don't like you." And you see that all the time online. People who are just very irresponsible. And then we hear stories about teenagers committing suicide because they're harassed online and stuff like that. Because, you know, there's just a way in which that online interaction it gives people the illusion of socialization, but they're not really socializing. What do you think, Devin? You've got a look on your face. See, I'm responding to Devin's facial expressions. He's got a funny look on his face, so I want to know what that means. You're thinking about
Well, I don't really understand the I guess the X of my generation because I really don't think I was born in the right generation.
Oh no, me too.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And
what does that mean even? It's like I mean, I just want to say, what does that mean when if they label a generation? Why do they even do that? Label a generation, first of all. Like I see it as another way of dividing us. Like, you're from this generation, you're from that generation. We're all the same. We're all human, you know. And then why do they call you Generation X? Like, as if you don't matter, you don't stand for anything. And I don't know. That's all. And then all this stuff about millennials, you know, as if millennials are somehow. I mean, yes, we're all different in some ways, but I have student loan debt, and I'm not a millennial. Hello, people.